Hi, Happy New Year! My name is Olivia and I'm known as the Witch of Wonderlust here on YouTube and on Instagram. So today's video is all about magic of the new year and different spells, rituals, and correspondences of the new year. Now I know some people are rolling their eyes. The new year doesn't actually matter. You can reinvent yourself tomorrow or the day after or whenever you want, and all these people start all these resolutions just because it's the new year and that's what they're supposed to do. Why are you gonna wait till the new year instead of just start tomorrow? And that's a pretty valid point, and I do stand behind that perspective of you really shouldn't wait till a certain time to reinvent yourself. However, the very idea that the whole world is in the mindset, that's the magic of it. That's why it's so influential and so impactful to start on the new year. Think about it as the whole world is planning to do a cleansing and a release ritual all at the same time, or at least within the same 24 hours. That's some powerful stuff. In this video, I'm gonna go over a few things that you can do to celebrate and bring in the new year. And I'm also planning on doing a monthly intention setting for the Wonderlust Coven, so if you want to join in on that, I'll explain all of that at the end. Now, I do get a few questions on how to join the Wonderlust Coven. It's as simple as subscribing and interacting with the community here on YouTube and on Instagram. And there is a form on my website that is linked down below. So grab a cup of tea or whatever you like to drink, get comfortable, and let's get started. Today I'm drinking this Madagascar Vanilla by Golden Moon Tea, and it is linked down below if you are interested. All right, so the year to come, 2020, the start of a new decade. It's kind of a big deal for a lot of people, and even if it's not a big deal, it sounds like a big deal. So some brief pointers about this particular year. If you're watching this in the future, then you can totally just skip over this part, but some brief pointers for the year 2020. 2020 is the year of the rat in Chinese zodiac, meaning if you were born in the years 1948, 1960, 1972, 1996, or 2008, or of course this year, but I'm not sure why you would be watching this video if you were just born, and you would be part of the year of the rat, meaning this is a very lucky year for you. 2020 will also mark the beginning of a whole new decade. As well, on June 4th, it will mark the full century that the US Congress will have passed the right for women to vote here in the US. And it's an election year here in the US, so that is both terrifying and exciting. In numerology, 2020 is the year of the number 4, because if you add all of the numbers, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 0, it equals the number 4. 4 is defined by work ethic, hard work, setting goals, persistence, and really setting the foundations for the things that you want in the life that you desire. It's pretty fitting for a new year, I think. 4 is also associated with money and financial goals, so setting financial foundations for jobs, money, and savings. Now's a better time than ever. It's also said to be the number of decisions, so of course it's an election year, those are some hard decisions, but because the number 4 is such a steady and stable number, it's supposed to be some big decisions, some difficult decisions. Alright, going into some of the magical things that you can do for this new year. Of course, you'll want to cleanse. Cleansing is the basis of all of these things. Cleansing is going to start you new and push out the old and unwanted and unneeded. So cleansing your home, your items, your tools, and yourself is going to be a really big part of starting this new year magically. Cleansing your home and yourself of both physical and spiritual things that you wish to get rid of. Other than just physically cleaning your home, which is an important part of cleansing, you can use floor washes, sweeps, powders. You can burn herbs or incense, or you can use sprays. There are plenty of recipes and videos on YouTube and on the internet explain more of that, but I am planning on doing more foundational videos in the future, so I'm not going to go into the depths and the details of cleansing and all of the things that that entails in this video. To cleanse your items, you can use salt, the moon, the sun, running water, or the smoke of burning herbs or incense, just to name a few. And then to cleanse yourself, which is a pretty important part, burning incense or herbs around you, using spiritual cleansing baths or soaps, and you can also use a spray for yourself. To cleanse, dragon's blood, frankincense, white vinegar, sea salt, cedar, rosemary, sweetgrass, sage, palo santo, sandalwood, and copal are all very common ways to cleanse. So traditionally, to cleanse something of your home, you would use a witch's broom. Start from the very back of your home or the back of your space and sweep everything, both physically and spiritually and energetically. Sweep everything to the front door and out the front door. All the unwanted and negative energy out the door, and you're literally sweeping it out. And this can be used with any kind of floor sweeps or powder as well. And if you don't have a floor sweep recipe, or you're not really sure how to make those, or don't have access to all of the herbs that it maybe requires, then you can just use regular sea salt and rosemary, sprinkle it around your home, leave it maybe overnight, and then sweep it all out afterwards. Or if you have carpet, you can also vacuum. Then once you have swept everything unwanted out, it's time to bring all the good stuff in. So with your broom, this time not touching the ground because you don't want to sweep stuff back in, you're going to start at the very front of your house at the front door, and you're going to sweep in all of the positivity and all of the good things that you want. So you want to bring in for the new year, sweep that on in and all the way to the back of your house. That brings me into attraction. Cleansed and banished all of the things that you no longer want to bring into the new year and that you no longer want to carry, then you want to then attract all of the things that you do want. So hanging charmed items that attract good things, keeping items around you on your person or in your space that attract certain things such as love or prosperity, abundance, protection, etc. Filling the space with a spray or an incense that has attracting properties to it, or using a wash and washing your space with attracting properties to it will do the trick as well. You can also do this to a talisman or an amulet and just wear it on you so then it'll attract things to you. So of course you want to attract all of the good things, but you don't want to attract all of the things that you just got rid of. So that's why you want to set up some protections and wards. Again, I will go way deeper into this in a totally different video in the future. I am planning on doing all the foundation videos. Simple things like hanging garlic or onion peels, or protective symbols or amulets around the home, doing things like witch bottles buried at your home, or anointed nails, or making talismans for around your home or to keep on your person, setting perimeter protections such as sprinkling salt or red brick dust around the perimeter of your home. Things like that are very helpful, as well as burning protective incense. Next is divination. Divination is an awesome, I think divination is just good all year round, but for this particular one, if you have tarot cards, playing cards, or oracle cards, you can do a setup for a New Year's spread. There are a couple different ways. There's a lot of different spreads to find on the internet, but I will show you a few right now. So I'm using my Antique Anatomy Tarot. I'll leave these linked below. It's a really good deck. It's gorgeous. So the first super simple spread is a 3-card spread, and I'm just going to be pulling some random cards here. So the first one is the 3-card spread. I'm going to lay them out. It's going to be the thing I need to let go, what I need to focus on now, the final outcome, or advice for the future. So that's a good one to just do kind of in general, but I think for the new year it's always good to do something like that. The next one is a 12-card wheel. That one's kind of obvious of what that may mean. You can either ask a general idea of what the year is going to look like. Personally, for each month, I like to ask what I should focus on for each month. You know, one of the, like, what themes. So I would start out up here. This would be January, February, and so on. March. Okay, so for each month, what should I focus on for each month? What should be the overall intention that I should be focusing on? So I would usually take a photo of this, or I would write it down and refer back to it, or you can use this and refer back to it at the end of the year and see how any of these kind of made their way into your life if you keep track of things like that, if you keep like a journal. So that's one of my favorite New Year spreads. Another one is a either goal or, like, I like to call this like the stepping stone spread. So if you have a certain thing that you're trying to reach, right? I like to do 4 cards, 3 cards, 2 cards, 1 card. So what this is the very top card is going to signify the total outcome or your goal or like what you are wanting from it. We're gonna put 4 cards down here. So these would be the smaller things, the things that I could do every single day, or the things that I could focus on, meditate on. Maybe they're smaller spells, maybe they're smaller steps that I need to take in order to reach my goal. So these are things like little mundane, everyday things that I would focus on. The next 3 cards, okay, are bigger aspects that I need to take on. These are bigger actions that I need to take to reach the goal. So I'm gonna move these down because I don't have a lot of room in the frame. So then we have the next 2. okay, are like the bigger things. So the more cards there are, the smaller mundane things they are. As the cards move up, the more important it is for you to focus on and for you to do. So lastly this is the big one, right? So that's the big thing, that's the whole picture. It's all part of one picture, and that's kind of the point of the spread, is to show that the little things that you do every single day really lead up to this goal, and it's just kind of giving you a map or some advice on how to continue to do that. So you can apply this to your New Year's resolutions if you wish. So that's another one that I like. This one is from Biddy Tarot. If you don't know what Biddy Tarot is and you're reading tarot, or if you're learning tarot, Biddy Tarot is a really great place to start. There's a lot of good information on there, and I am subscribed to her email thing. So she sent out an email with a New Year spread, and I have not tried this one out yet, but I think it looks really interesting and I'm probably gonna try it. It's got 12 cards. Okay, so the first 2 cards says, look at the energies that are passing out in your life and what you can carry forward with you into the new year. Even with a negative card or a seemingly negative card or a challenging past year, you can always take away an important life lesson, which will probably appear in card 2. So then there is card 3, and this one you look at your aspirations for the year ahead. So what are the things that you want to achieve? This card indicates what are the things that you want to achieve, or maybe it's something that you need to let go. So card 4 and card 5. These are the 2 things that will empower you and challenge you as you work towards that goal. Card 6, 7, 8, and 9. I'm gonna move these up a little because again, we don't have a lot of room. These are the things that you need to focus on. These are the key areas in your life, what you can expect in each. You don't have to stick in these areas, but think about your main priorities. And there is card 10, 11, and 12. So card 10 provides a focus point for the year ahead. So this is our focus for the full year. Card 11 shows the lesson that you will learn over the year. And then card 12 highlights what to expect over the full year. I'm reading the spread on my laptop over here, but if you want to read this more in depth, I'll leave a link for this spread in particular below. I'm really excited to use this spread. I have not used this one yet, and I'm probably going to practice on Alex later. So yeah. Of course, there are a lot of different spreads for this year, so if you have any that you use, definitely let me know or link those below or show them on the Wonderlust Coven Instagram hashtag. I would love to see those. And the next one, finally, is kind of the whole point of the new year, is intention setting. Things like journaling and vision boards is really, really good for goal and intention setting. I think New Year's resolutions are a good idea, but it's really difficult to keep going with them because it's kind of putting so much pressure on you to do something every single day or to have this miraculous change, when instead of just setting that goal and allowing yourself to come to it, journaling and writing things down is a very, very important part of kind of just anything. I am a big believer in writing things down and journaling, whether that's just to-do lists or goals or ideas or just like brain dumping things. I think writing things down has kind of a magic within itself. Writing things that you wish to get rid of for this year and then burning it or ripping it up into pieces. Writing intentions down as like a list or a letter, or maybe just like a full brain dump of words. I suggest keeping this somewhere safe, either on your altar or just placing it somewhere that you can kind of forget about it, but that you'll know that when you end up cleaning out that drawer or whatever in like a year or 2, you'll find it. Some prompts to help you out to get going. Here are a few. Let me look at my notes. There they are. See, I take notes all the time. So pick one aspect of your life that you want to begin with. You can do all of the above, but it's good to focus on each one individually. Your topic could be physical, spiritual, mental, money and/or career, family, love, and creative. Once you've chosen those, you can apply it to any of these. So where in your life do you hope to grow and strengthen the most? What are you grateful for presently in this moment in whatever topic that you've chosen? What are you hoping to change or grow in this year in whatever topic you've chosen? What would reaching your goal feel like? What would it look like? Why is the topic that you chose important to you? What are the top most important intentions that you're setting this year? Why are you setting those intentions? What are you letting go of this year? Has it taught you having it in your life or having experienced it? So those are all some really good prompts. You can take as long as you'd like. There's no like time frame or anything like that. And it doesn't really matter how you write it. If you want to make it like this really pretty spread, or if you just want to like scribble it down on a loose piece of paper, It's totally up to you. Okay, so now here are a few spells that I like other than the ones that I've already mentioned. This one is a transformation spell. It's best done on a new moon or a full moon. First, you write a letter to yourself as if you're writing to yourself now, like you presently. List or talk about the things that you wish to change or transform within yourself or about your life. This can be as long of a letter as you need. Once you finish that, rip the letter into pieces. You might even want to blend it in a blender. You're going to want to rip the paper into very small pieces. Ripping this up symbolizes the process of change. You can also implement the death card into this because it is the death of something now in order to create something new. So once you're done with that, you may need a few other pieces of paper in order to do this depending on how many pieces of paper you've used. But after you have all of the ripped pieces of paper, you're going to use all of the ripped paper and turn it into a new piece of paper. So I have linked a tutorial here to let you know how to do that. There are some pretty good tutorials out there. It symbolizes taking all of the things that you want to change, going into the process of changing, and finalizing that. Once you have your new piece of paper, you're going to write as your future self, how you see yourself after you've grown, what you have become, what you are. Are you stronger now? Are you more kind? Are you financially free? Are you in a career that you love or in a stepping stone of a career that you love? Write those intentions for yourself as if you were that future person of you. Does that make, am I just rambling? It's kind of a fun, crafty spell. You can even do this with your kids and just have them like draw something that they don't like and then have them rip it up. If you want to include some of your kiddos or maybe you have younger siblings. Okay, next one is Better with Money spell. This one I think is super helpful. I did this one at the very beginning of 2019 and I think that it has helped me a lot because I have a savings account now. So that's always, also the book Broke Millennial, that is linked down below. That has helped me so much. Thank you, Erin. You'll probably never see this video, but you're the best. Better with Money spell, best done on a Wednesday or a Thursday, on a full or waxing moon. Create a sigil with one of these intentions. I am financially responsible. I only spend money on things that I need or that better or contribute to my life. I am intentional with my money. So once you have this sigil, draw this sigil on anything that your money interacts with. So credit cards, debit cards. I would do this in oil unless you want to like straight up draw it on there, but I would do this in money drawing oil or just use olive oil. That totally works. Just make sure to charge it and bless it for your certain intention. You can do this on your checkbook. Don't oil up your checkbook, but just a little bit goes a long way, I promise. If you still use checks, you can use bay leaves and just draw the sigil on that, and you can anoint that bay leaf as well. You can put the bay leaf in your wallet. That's a very common spell, or you can just straight up anoint your wallet. If you have a money bowl, you can add that sigil to the sides of your money bowl or write it on a piece of paper and throw it in your money bowl. If you don't have a money bowl and you want to make one, my video for that is right up here. And the last one, I am planning on making a video for this one. This is to make the future go smoothly. So I have done this one a few times. I've found that it usually lasts about 3 to 6 months, depending. Most of the time it lasts around 3 months, so you will have to redo it a few times over and over if you want it to keep going. But it's a really simple spell and it's easy for even people who are practicing in secret. This is best on a new or a full moon. You'll need a peach, some brown sugar, some cinnamon, and some honey. The peach is used for its protective properties and the symbolism of longevity. Cut the peach in half and remove the pit. Bake it in the oven for about 15 minutes, or at least until it's soft. I usually bake it at 350 Fahrenheit or 175 Celsius. I think I did that math right. The rest of the world that's not American is gonna be like, no, Olivia, that's not right. Or just bake it until it's soft. I usually just leave it in there until I can poke a fork through really easily. So once it's done in the oven, I will put it in a bowl and mix all of the ingredients itself, blessing each ingredient as it goes in. So the brown sugar I use to sweeten things, sweeten my future and sweeten the things that are coming to me. I use the honey as that smooth sailing. It symbolizes good things and sweet things flowing into your life. And lastly, the cinnamon provides luck and prosperity. So once everything is mixed, eat it. If you're allergic to any of these things, you can actually just type in spices that correspond with luck, prosperity, with sweetening, X, Y, and Z, and things will come up, or you can just leave it out. This spell can actually also be turned into a love attracting spell if you change the peach out with an apple and you change the way you bless each ingredient. Again, I am planning on making a video for this spell, so keep an eye out for that. That is all I have for this video. Like I said in the very beginning, I am planning on doing like a monthly intention thing. If you want to join in, what that entails is that I'm going to set like a certain thing that I'm going to focus on intentionally every single month. And that doesn't mean that I have to do it every day. It's preferred that I do it every day, but life, I'm gonna do my best to do it every day. But I'd be happy if you decided to join in on that. So this month I am doing intentional movement. It is very general, and it's general for a reason, because I know that some of you don't like dancing or don't like yoga or don't like stretching, whatever. Intentional movement. So this can really mean anything, but it's just intentionally moving your body. And instead of just walking around, you focus on the movement of your body. So maybe you're just taking a walk, like a 5-minute walk around the block. What does it feel like when your feet touch the ground and when one foot is in front of the other? Maybe you can stop and sit down and roll your shoulders back, or even just like rolling out your wrists and moving your fingers. If you decide that you wanted to hit the gym and intentionally move that way, because that is intentional. You went to the gym with the intention of moving and of working out. Or maybe put on a song that just gets you grooving and don't really think about like how good you're doing of dancing, but just move and dance. Of course, yoga or just stretching. Or one of my favorites is dancing with a hula hoop. It's like hooping. It just sounds like pooping to me, so I don't like the word hooping. But it's this really beautiful dance. There's so many different ways just to start moving. And like I said, it doesn't mean that you have to work out or dance. It just means that you just need to be intentional about the way you're moving, maybe about your posture, maybe just stretch before bed or right when you wake up. So if you are recording yourself, you're one of those people that like to document things such as I would like to share that with the rest of the community. You can use the hashtag Wonderlust Coven for any of the things that you do, or just to interact with the community other than here on YouTube. But for this specific monthly challenge thing, so that I can find those specifically, you can also use the hashtag, I didn't think of this one. We'll do hashtag Coven Challenge. Yeah. Hashtag Coven Challenge. Use both of those if you want. Use one of them if you want. But if you're doing the intentional monthly challenge, use hashtag Coven Challenge, and we can all support each other in doing this intentional thing. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. If you're just like, no, Olivia, what are you doing? Maybe this is something that you are excited about, and maybe you have some ideas for the next few months coming for intentional whatever. If you have any New Year's spells, rituals, traditions, I would love to know. Use the hashtag Wonderlust Coven, comment down below. I wish you a very happy 2020. I will see you in the next one, but as always, best of luck, be kind to each other, and may your gods treat you as you've treated others. Bye.